Okay, good morning to everyone. So after long gap we meet again in this way. So maybe after 15th there will be chance to meet offline classes. Okay, anyhow, so all are now in second year. So previous some chapters are completed by Suri sir. So present we are discussing about agriculture sector. So it is our latest chapter, agriculture. Already we know agriculture is one of the most important sector in India. So even though today onwards majority percent people depending upon agricultural sector for livelihood. So agriculture it provides food grains. So it provides raw material for industrial sector. So agriculture is one of the most very important. So agriculture is our culture. It is our custom. So generally in agriculture we get good name even though in the production of pulses, milk, we got first place in the world. So in the case of sugarcane, cotton, fruits, vegetables, in these cases in India, second place. So agriculture is one of the most important sector. So present entire people getting livelihood or food grains from agriculture. So agriculture is one of the most important sector. It is a backbone to Indian economy. So not only India, even though present developed countries, either Sweden, Australia, Canada, America, so once upon a time these countries also depending upon agriculture. So because when that country develop in a proper manner in agriculture, so automatically that country can develop industrial sector and service sector. So it is a foundation for every sector. So for example, industrial sector require more raw material, more type of items. So it is possible only from agricultural sector. So agriculture is one of the most important sector. So present we are discussing about futures of Indian agriculture. So what are the main features of agriculture in Indian economy? So first one is uncertainty crop output. So agriculture generally depends upon monsoon, climatical condition because of uncertainty. So why? Because maybe because of droughts or floods. So drought affected. So in agriculture, our output, that is production, is uncertainty. So there is no proper output. Why? Because it is purely depend upon monsoon, climatical condition. So here uncertainty crop output. There is no fixed crop. So we can't expect how much crop we produce in this area. So because uncertainty. So always crop is output is uncertainty. So generally it is known as gambling on monsoon. Agriculture is always gambling on monsoon. So it is just like a gambling, right? Next one is feudal relation of agricultural sector. So generally we know previous before independence, for the Britishers were introduced with different types of system, Mahalwari system, Raitwari system. So after getting independence, we abolished all these previous systems and introduced the Raitwari system. And so in this Raitwari system, there is a direct relationship between farmer and government. But in this Raitwari system, present we are following feudal system. Why? Because so maybe in Raitwari system, right can cultivate or that land can be leased to another one. So these people are known, those who are working in this activities, tenants. So lack of certain powers on land. So there is no proper fixed remuneration. So because of all these things, there is no proper relation. So this is a feudal relationship of agricultural sector. Okay? Even though today onwards majority people are tenants, the majority people did not have any own land, so they depends upon other lands. So that is a feudal system. So even though after getting independence, we are observing tenant system or feudal relationship of agriculture. So next, third one is rural indebtedness. So first of all, what is indebtedness? So generally people borrow loans but they are not in a position to repay. So that is known as indebtedness. So generally rural people are poor people, illiterate people. So there is no proper income. Why? Because agricultural sector depends upon monsoon. Agriculture is just like a gambling. So these people borrow loans for different activities. That is productive activities or unproductive activities. So productive activities means when they borrow loans for agricultural activities. For example, for purchase of seeds or fertilizers or other activities. So these are known as productive loans. Maybe sometimes they can borrow unproductive activities. For example, marriages and celebrations or festivals. So these people borrow some loans. So these loans are known as unproductive loans. So generally rural people borrow more loans for unproductive activities. So because there is no proper income, they are not in a position to repay. So generally rural people, some one proverb, I think rural people born in debts, live in debts, die in debts. So why? Because they are not in a position to repay the loans. So in our Indian agriculture, rural indebtedness is a common phenomena. So generally, of course not now, but once upon a time when we observe every farmer having different type of loans. So rural indebtedness is a common phenomena. So next one is dualism in labor market. So dualism in labor market means, so generally when we observe in agricultural sector, rural people involved in agriculture, illiterate people involved in agriculture. So majority people depends upon agriculture for livelihood. Why? Because they are not in a position to involve in industrial sector and service sector. Why? Because these people are illiterate people, unskilled laborers. So because majority people depends upon agriculture, and because of more supply of laborers, they are not in a position to get proper salaries when compared with industrial sector and service sector. So because dualism in labor market. So generally here in dualism in labor market, for example, the laborers who are involved are included are involving in industrial sector and service sector, they are getting more loans. But those who are depending upon agricultural sector, they are getting less wages when compared with the industrial sector and service sector. So at the same time here there is a difference between men and women. So generally men getting more salaries, women getting less salaries. But though both are involving in the same proper manner, but gents are getting more salaries, ladies are getting less salaries. So diversity in agricultural sector. So our agricultural sector diversity, okay, that means we are yielding different type of crops. So when we observe throughout India, so different states are yielding different type of crops. For example, Andhra Pradesh, it is very famous for paddy. So when we observe in Maharashtra, it is very famous for wheat. So when we observe Karnataka, it is very famous for tea estate, coffee estates and spices. So that means because of climatical conditions, because of fertility, soil fertility, so the crop pattern is different from one area to another area. So for example, some lands are high fertility lands, some lands are low fertility lands, some areas are having proper rainfalls, some areas are not having proper rainfalls. So because of all these things, so diversity in agricultural sector, there is a lot of difference. So different areas are yielding different type of crops. So next one is outmoded farming techniques. So generally when we observe our agricultural people are poor people and illiterate people, so they are not in a position to purchase modern techniques. For example, when we observe, even though in India agricultural sector using bullock carts, wooden planks, so laborers, different type of animals in agricultural activity. Generally when we observe in developed countries, so developed countries using modern machineries, tractors, pump sets, different type of machineries. But because of lack of money, because of illiteracy, because of small size of land holding, so present we are using old and outdated technology. So this technology is not useful to produce more and more quantity of food grains. For example, developed countries are using modern techniques and they are producing more quantity of food grains. But India, lack of money, people are following outmoded farming, outdated machineries. So with the help of outdated machineries, we are getting very less productivity. So these are the futures of Indian agriculture.